Okay, here's going to be the review for our mid-unit quiz tomorrow. I'm just going to try to get through it as quickly as possible, so if you need to pause or rewind something, please feel free to do that. Okay, our first section says match the ratios that are proportionally equivalent, and our hint is to use the three methods. The method that I think that is easiest for this is to use our giant 1. I'm going to look at 2/3, and when I'm looking at that, there's nothing that both 2 and 3 can be divided by, so that one's going to stay as it is. I'm going to look over here at 6/18. Well, I know that both of these can be divided by 6, so I'm going to divide by 6 on the top and the bottom, and I'm going to get 1/3. All right, and so right now I have 1/3. Now I'm going to look at my other ones. I don't see any other one that says 1/3, so let's keep going from here. Okay, now I see that I have 1.5 over 4.5. Well, to get rid of halves, I can multiply by 2. So I'm going to multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. And then I'm going to get 3/9. 1.5 times 2 is 3. 4.5 times 2 is 9. Well, now that I have 3/9, I look at that and I'm thinking to myself, I can reduce that. I can divide by 3. I can divide by 3, and I get 1/3. That means that these two match. All right, now I'm going to look at 2.4 over 3.6. Well, I can think of this like 24 over 36, and then I can just put my decimal back in. So 24 and 36 can both be divided by 6. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So I know that's the same thing as 0.4 as a decimal. 36 divided by 6 is 6, so I can think of it as 0.6. All right, so I have 4/6. If I want to get rid of the decimal, I could think of it as multiplying it by 10, multiplying it by 10. So that's really the same as 4/6. Well, that can be reduced, divide by 2, divide by 2, and I can get 2/3. Well, that matches with my first fraction. Okay, 2/5 is already reduced as far as it can be. Hopefully this one matches with it because it's the only one left. 14 and 35 can both be reduced by 7 on the top and bottom. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 35 divided by 7 is 5. So these match. Okay, number 2, complete the ratio table below. I can read 2 pages in 5 minutes. So to get from 5 to 2.5, that means I got smaller. 5 cut in half or divided by 2 is 2.5. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 0, well, I know that this is proportional if I'm able to do my multiplication and my division. So 0 is always going to be with 0. I see 7.5. And well, I know that I can do 2.5 times 3 is going to give me 7.5. So 1 times 3 gives me 3. The other way you might have seen to do that is 5 plus 2.5 equals 7.5. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. All right, then I have 10 on the bottom. The easiest one to multiply into 10 is this 5, our first entry, times 2. And so on the top, I'm going to take my 2 times 2, and I'm going to get 4. Okay, and then I have 20. This one's really easy, times 2. 4 times 2 gives me 8. All right, problem number 3. Think back to 3-act math, our sugar packets. We knew that every 4 grams of sugar is 1 sugar packet. So how many sugar packets are there in a 12-ounce Sprite with 32 grams of sugar? Okay, what I'm really comparing here is that there's 4 grams of sugar in 1 sugar packet. So I'm comparing grams to packets. And I said from my problem that there are 4 grams in every 1 packet. And so I want to know about a 12-ounce Sprite. I don't really care about the ounces. That's in there as a trick. Is in 32 with 32 grams of sugar. So I know that I'm trying to get to 32 grams of sugar. Well, how many sugar packets are going to be in there? How do I get from 4 to 32? I can multiply by 8. And so my answer is 8 packets. All right. Katie sings a beautiful song in 3 minutes. Use the ratio table to find the time spent for 11 songs. So she sings a beautiful song, so we know that's one song in 3 minutes. And we're trying to figure out the time then spent for 11 songs. So I need to get to 11. You could fill in other missing values, or you can just do our skip. 1 times 11 equals 11. So 3 times 11 equals 33. Our sentence then is, we're trying to figure out the time spent for 11 songs, so it would take Katie 33 minutes to sing 11 songs. It would take Katie 33 minutes to sing 11 songs. All right, last one. NIE is texting on her new phone. She is extremely fast and she can even text up to 24 characters in 4 seconds. Complete all the entries below. Notice it says all, so you have to fill in all of them. So I have 4 seconds, 24 characters. So I'm going to think of what's easy to get to from 4. I can do 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So that means in 2 seconds that she could type 12 characters. I know this is 0, 0. What else is easy to get from 4 or from 2 now? Well, I can do 6 by doing 2 times 3. So 12 times 3 is 36. Okay, I could also think then, now I could figure out what 1 would be if I want to. I can divide by 2. I can divide by 2. So that means in 1 second she could type 6 characters. And then I want to keep my numbers small just to make this easy. So let's do 3. 1 times 3, and then 6 times 3. That means in 3 seconds she could type 18 characters. Okay, the top is always our X, the bottom is always our Y. So that means down here, my X-axis is going to be my seconds. So I'm going to label this seconds. And I know that I go from 1 up to 6, so I can count easily by 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then I'm looking at my characters. My character goes up to 24. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, if I'm counting this, I don't think I'm going to have enough room, but I'm looking up here. I can count by 2s if I want. So I'm going to go seconds, and I'm going to go characters on my side. And just to make sure it fits, I'm going to count by 2s. So 2, 4, 6. And the biggest number that I got up to characters was 36. So I just need to make sure I get up to 36. All right, perfect. So I have one at 424. I have it at 212. I have one at 0, 0, 1, 6, and at 318. Okay, things are looking good because all of my dots are going in a straight line, so it looks like I'm doing this correctly. I do not have a ruler with me, but I'm just going to draw what our line looks like the best I can. Please use a ruler on your quiz. Oops. All right, and now I need to say, is this proportional or not? Yes, and I need to justify. The reason is because it passes through 0, 0. And I know from filling this out that all of my ratios are equivalent. They could all be reduced if I divide by my giant 1 to 1/6. So yes, passes through 0, 0, and all ratios are equivalent. All right, now I'm going to look and I'm going to see that I need to find my rate of change. So I'm going to count up. And remember, I counted up by 2. So I went up 2, 4, 6, and I went over 1. So that means my change in y over my change in x is 6 over 1, which is the same thing as 6. And so what is my equation? Well, this is proportional, so I can definitely write that one, and it's just y equals 6x. I hope this helps, and good luck tomorrow. If you would like to earn an extra credit point, at the top of your paper, please write I heart math. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.